Assalamu alaikum dear students. How are you? I hope that all of you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am fine too. Welcome you all to NIBS Home School. This is Mahmudur Rahman, assistant teacher of English, National Ideal English Version School. Today I am going to take an English second paper class for the students of class 7. Our today's topic is voice change. I repeat again, today we will discuss on voice change. Okay, so let's see the board. This is the class for the students of class 7, subject English second paper, lecture number 7 and your homework number 4, topic voice change, term annual, and this is my name and my phone number. Okay, let's start our discussion. At first we will discuss on the basic rules of changing active voice. Today we will learn on active to passive voice. How can we change the voice? And you already know that voice is of two kinds, active voice and passive voice. So while we are transforming active voice into passive, we have to know some basic rules. Number 1, at first find out the subject and object of the given sentence. This is very important in changing a voice. You have to find out the subject and the object at first. Then number 2, the object becomes the subject and the subject becomes the object of passive. As the subject becomes object and object becomes subject, the first and necessary thing is to do the finding out the subject and object of the sentence. Number 3, an auxiliary verb is used according to tense, number and person. Number 4, the past participle of the main verb is used. You have to remember this thing always, that when you make active voice into passive voice, the verb will be in past participle form. And number 5, the subject of the active is followed by some prepositions like by, with, to, etc. Now we will learn the auxiliary verbs used in different tenses. What auxiliary verbs are used in different tenses? We will learn in present indefinite tense. If the sentence is in present indefinite, we have to use am, is, are. In present continuous tense, am being, is being and are being. In present perfect tense, has been, have been. Past indefinite tense, was and were. Past continuous tense, was being, were being. Past perfect tense, had been. Future indefinite tense, shall be, will be. There is be is repeated here. There will be one e. Future continuous tense, shall be being, will be being, and in future perfect tense, shall have been, will have been. The students, there is no voice change of perfect continuous tense. That means present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous. In these three tenses there will be no voice changes. Now if we solve some examples, then it will be clear. Some examples of assertive sentence. Today we will discuss on assertive and imperative. At first we will solve some assertive sentences and convert them into passive voices. The first sentence, the fishermen were catching fish. Here the subject is the fisherman, this is the verb, and fish is the object of the sentence. So at first we have to find out the subject and object. This is the subject and this is the object. Now we will convert the subject into object and object into subject. So fish, and now we will write down the auxiliary verbs as we have learned. This sentence is written in past continuous, so we will use were being. Sorry, fish is singular, so fish was being. Now we will write down the past participle form of the main verb. So catching will be converted into caught. Caught. Now by the fishermen. So the fishermen were catching fish will be converted into fish was being caught by the fishermen. Second sentence, he teaches us English. Here he is the subject, teaches is the verb, and us is the object. So we are taught English by him. So this is the passive voice of he teaches us English, and this is written in present indefinite tense. So we have put are as the auxiliary verb. Mohan will help me. This is a future tense and future indefinite tense. Mohan is the subject and will help is the verb, me is the object. So me will be converted as subject. We will write down the subjective form of me, and it's I. In future indefinite tense, the auxiliary verb is will be, and the past participle form of help is helped. We will be helped by Mohan. Number 4, similarly, he has done the work. This is written in present perfect tense. So we will use the work has been done by him. And the last one, he is following us. This is present continuous tense. This is the subject, verb, and this is the object. Us will be converted as we. Now here he is the singular subject, so we have used is, but here when we take the object as subject, we find a plural subject, so we have to take plural verb. We are being followed by him. So these are the solutions of assertive sentences. There are 5 sentences here. Now we will see the structure for imperative sentence. If we want to convert imperative sentence into passive voice, what will you do? There are 2 structures. In active voice, main verb plus object plus extension. If we find this kind of sentence, we will use let plus object as subject plus be plus past participle of the verb. And in structure number 2, we will see if we see let plus personal object plus verb plus object plus extension, we will convert it with let plus object as subject plus be plus past participle of the verb plus by plus personal object. If I give some example, it will be clear to you. Look here, some examples. Open the door. This is the verb and this is the object. That means this, if the sentence starts with the verb, then what will be the passive voice of this kind of sentence? We will start with let, the first structure, let plus object, let the door. Now be and plus past participle of the verb, that means opened. Sorry, this B is repeated here, opened. Let him help the poor. If we find let in the sentence, how will we change the sentence? Let plus object as subject, let the poor plus be plus past participle of the verb. Now the personal object, here him is the personal object, let the poor be helped by him. The last sentence, furnish the room, let the room, this is similar to number 1, let the room be furnished. So this is how we can convert imperative sentences into a passive voice. Now dear students, you have some homeworks for today's class. These are the sentences. There are 7 sentences. You have to convert in passive voices. There are some assertive and some in imperative sentences. The first one, the old man stopped the guest. Second, they are building a house. Number 3, we shall run a race. Number 4, they have closed the door. Number 5, speak the truth. Number 6, drive the car. And the number 7, let him ring the bell. So these are your homeworks. Your homework number 7. Sorry, homework number 4. Okay, my dear students, that's all for today's class. I hope that you have understood well. For your better understanding, read the lesson carefully and practice more and more. If you find it difficulty, please contact me and watch the classes. So see you in the next class. Allah Hafiz.